WazirX scamming again. They've suddenly started charging 99 rupees per month for WazirX Zero. Everyone is opted in default on this.
Irony is it's called WazirX's Zero.
And if you don't explicitly pay this, they take money from your cash balance, or worse, they basically sell your lowest holding of crypto to pay this 99 rupees fee. My 200 rupees Dogecoin is now going to zero, you're saying, in the next 2 months?
You know how much I lost? It was all my college savings. 4,000 rupees, dude.
That you lost in poker, Pavan.
Oh yes, viewers, Pavan got married a couple of weeks back. That's the reason why we've been MIA for the last few weeks or so.
This is what I've been doing for last few weeks.
Welcome to this week's edition of the Indian Startup Desktop. Let's go.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hi everyone.
Okay, let's start off with our usual funny memes of the week. Dear Duolingo, my 4 months of Spanish lessons couldn't help me understand a single word Messi said on his India tour. But yes, I can order coffee at a Spanish restaurant. Una café, por favor, whatever.
Why don't you read the whole thing, Pete?
Put it properly, bro. If I knew Spanish, I wouldn't sit here talking to you both, no?
My German friends doing masters saying Guten Morning.
Tell me you need a more thoughtful designer without telling me you need a more thoughtful designer. Dude, what kind of creative is this, dude? It
Also,
legitimately is dead.
since when did we move to LinkedIn memes, bro?
I feel pity about Abhishek, dude.
Moving on to an L take, all of India's app startup ecosystem can be classified into either money lending, which they call fintech, or labor arbitrage, which they call sharing economy. This is such an L take, dude.
Guilty.
How can you forget the third class comedy ones? Nice. Okay, let's move on to our main story of the week, startup ethics. There are a bunch of stories around this in which we want to cover, but let's start off with the biggest. WazirX is scamming again. I got so pissed when I saw this, but they've suddenly started charging 99 rupees per month for WazirX Zero. Everyone is opted in default on this. I know I didn't sign up. Had to go in settings today and opt before it renewed today. This
The
is
irony is it's called WazirX's Zero. And then you're charging like 99 rupees.
Does the WazirX Zero include what are they charging 99 for?
so they don't charge you anything for trading fees, or the per trade fees becomes much more smaller. But like that's not even the point, right? The point is how can they automatically opt all of their users in a plan when they didn't really ask for? That's one. And secondly, if you don't explicitly pay this, they take money from your cash balance that you've loaded into the app, or worse, they basically sell your lowest holding of crypto to pay this 99 rupees fee.
I can't, I genuinely can't believe somebody would just do that. And the
Yeah.
other thing is, there is no opt out button like when you actually open the app. It's again one of those dark patterns where you have to go to the settings, figure out where this opt out is, and then actually go and do this.
This is not happening for the first time, guys. When I was using Zepto during 2020, 2021,
You mean
when
Zeppay? You mean Zeppay?
Zeppay, sorry, Zeppay.
I know you hate Zepto, but come on, this is too much.
the Zeppay app, and they suddenly changed the terms and conditions of continuing with the app, saying that if you do not transact on the app for more than 2 weeks or more than 4 weeks, you will be deducted so and so from your existing assets. And that's how most of the people lost all their assets in crypto, which were on Zeppay, just to the Zeppay app.
Dude, this
And
is
this is the same playbook repeating now.
dude, this is so annoying, dude. Like my 200 rupees Dogecoin is now going to zero, you're saying, in the next 2 months. That's not fair.
You know how much I lost? It was all my college savings. 4,000 rupees, dude.
That you lost in poker, but not on Zeppay.
Yeah, but it's a little crazy that they're doing this without explicit consent from users. But look at this. WazirX has 1.6 crore users. Even if half of them had just 100 rupees in their wallet, that's 80 lakh into 180 crore. And if you did have INR, your crypto was sold to cover it. Don't take my word for it. Read the comments and check your WazirX account. This is their recovery plan, and somehow no one is talking about it.
When
Look,
startups show sudden profits in a particular month or a quarter, this is what's happening.
yeah, I also remember, like, several months back, once they got hit, with that, once they got hit with that hack and they lost a lot of money. I remember the founder coming and saying that now we as an ecosystem should get together.
We? Who's we? There is no we.
And ensure that all of our losses are kind of covered, and on a pro rata basis all the users will essentially deal with the losses. And everybody was like, dude, you fucking made money when everybody else was investing through your app, and now when your company took a hit, you want all your users to come together and deal with this together. That's not fucking fair, right?
But that's how democracy works, right? I'm sorry.
Dude, this is fucking capitalism, dude. Like, there's no democracy in
Yeah.
this. If that's how democracy works, then ask WazirX founder to transfer all of his winnings or a large part of his winnings to all of his users. Is he doing
Yeah, I
that?
agree. Yeah, neither is our democracy, anyways. Let's not get there.
Nischal Shetty, you absolute motherfucker. You will feel pain as we do. Karma will hit you hard and your family. Dude, look, this is obviously, very, very extreme. But I also empathize with people, people who have been crypto bros for a large chunk of their lives, put money into WazirX, realize that, let's say, 50-60% of their funds are gone through some hack. And now these people are coming and doing some shady shit like this.
The problem is, you know what? Even if you're not an active user, and let's say you've not used WazirX in the last 2, 3, 4 months, but you've had that balance in your wallet, you've essentially lost like maybe 1,000 rupees over the last 5 months without even realizing it.
And it's not just funds in your wallet, dude. If you don't have funds in your wallet, it's worse. Your assets are sold. The assets which probably have given you like some 20, 30% or 50% returns, right? They are all
Hey,
wiped out
bro,
over a 5,
bro.
6 minutes.
This is crypto. There is no 20 to 30%. There's only 1,000 or zero.
Yeah.
This is not your SIP market, Pavan.
Dude, forget everything, right? Just look at the founder's response over here. People with zero IQ, zero knowledge use WazirX. Ugh.
Wow. I think the audacity to reply in memes and literally like he's replying to every single comment in memes, I think is just super audacious.
Yeah. I think they're also paying off a lot of people to,
Create the hype.
yeah, to create the hype, and secondly, to move, a lot of blame from their end.
The whole point is they don't need your trust again. They know that people are anyway not going to come to their platform. There are much better options available. It's like now let's
I mean,
make
they've
as much
actually
money as
made,
possible and walk out.
yeah, 80, 100 crores if you make literally overnight by scamming people. And it's not a 5, 10, 15 rupee fee, right? 100 rupees is a very, very big amount.
Dude, look at this. Did you realize you are missing honesty, dignity, morals, values as well for a long time now? Like, this is like this. He's
Wow.
replying this to somebody who has taken the effort to put his own hard-earned money into that fucking company. How can you fucking look? It's
And
funny.
this is literally 17 hours ago. I think all the anger and the hatred that
He deserves it.
people are feeling, he absolutely deserves it.
The default is WazirX Zero, and that's the right plan for most of the users since we're a trading platform. Who the fuck are you to decide what the right plan is? But we have provided option and informed everyone who does not want a zero plan. If there was a deduction, then please write to support and team will resolve this for you. So they can
Wow.
take money from us without our consent or a single anything from our side. But if we have to reverse that money, we have to talk to your fucking support. How does that make sense, guys?
The most interesting DAC pattern is here. Like if you want to not opt in, you have to write a mail and wait for the support guy to reply to you.
Yeah. Zepto, we stand corrected. There is the worst company who does dark patterns is existing now. Do you know what decentralized means? Selling users some part of their portfolio in the name of WazirX Zero without their consent. You think this is normal? You are crossing your all limits, which is why I never use Indian exchanges because I understand their algo a long time when I was new in Web3. Blah blah blah. But look at the kind of people that they're paying to put out tweets in support of them. Influencers. Calling it a scam without understanding the product flow is irresponsible. WazirX Zero is now the default trading plan. Users can switch to pay per trade anytime. Any unintended deduction is reversible via support. Misinformation like this damages user trust, makes you wonder why some influencers rush to attack only WazirX while staying silent. Hey, Amol, are you an idiot? The whole point is people should be informed and they should give consent when you're taking money from their account.
Bro, you
Bottom
know
line,
what?
that's all it is.
You know what? His profile picture and his the landscape picture tells me a lot about him. So I am not even going to comment. Like if the company is choosing him to essentially do their marketing, okay, sure, bro, please go ahead.
Saksham, I have some of your Instagram pictures. Don't make me show my screen pictures.
But
Sorry, sorry.
but that probably was a section from a few years ago, right? This is what he's using right now.
That's where he is, bro.
Okay.
Phases.
Fair.
Okay, now talking about ethics in startups, there is something else that caught our eye, which is not as ridiculous this, but it's in the same stratosphere, I would say. Look at
I
this.
think this is the funniest thing I've read this week, to be honest.
Lately, I'm seeing a strange and worrying trend. Candidates accept an offer, confirm the joining date, then back out 1 to 2 days before joining. Reasons? Personal things, not feeling well, something came up. This is becoming way too common, especially with Gen Z hires. We've started enforcing a security check equivalent to 1 month's salary once the offer is accepted. Not to intimidate, but to set clear expectations and discipline. If you commit to a joining date, we expect you to honor it. If you back off at the last moment, the check gets encashed. Simple. If it's a genuine reason or notified early on, goes without saying the check is shredded. Hiring teams lose time, momentum, and real money because of last minute drop off. Commitment has to be a two-way fucking street. Pavan, what are your thoughts on this?
Imagine a Gen Z replying, "What the fuck is a check?" Most of them have never seen one, I will tell you.
Dude, that's so true, dude. I remember speaking to one of my Gen Z colleague and casually mentioning something like a floppy disk. And this guy couldn't believe that there was something like that existed before USBs and CDs and all that. But what does this company do, by the way? Saksham, what's your take on this, by the way?
Bro, I think this is garbage. Frankly, like, how can you expect any good employee or any good individual, for example, will obviously go out, look out for himself or herself, have two, three, four offers, compare and see which one works the best for them, and then obviously decide where to join. How can you expect me to give one interview, say yes to that company, and join there?
Dude, I'm trying so hard not to make Marwadi jokes, but it's I also empathize with companies that have to deal with this because look, we all know this now. For early stage companies, hiring is a big problem.
No, but it is for everybody, Pete. I'm sorry. Like, hiring is one thing that every company has to do through the year, 365 days a year, whether you're in India or Europe or America, like, it doesn't really
Yeah,
matter. And there are a
yeah,
100 million people who are doing this
yeah. No,
month on month, week on week.
let me rephrase. I empathize with the problem that he's facing, but not that this is definitely not the solution. And
Yeah.
secondly, and more importantly, if people are accepting your offer and they are backing out at the last minute, I think that tells everyone more about you than them, right?
Yeah, I probably look at that as an opportunity to introspect rather than actually asking that candidate to pay a month or asking them to pay a month's salary. Like, what the hell?
Yeah, I'm surprised people are even doing this. I mean, I don't know if they are, but in case people are doing this, don't.
That's the thing, right? The one line that he has mentioned, commitment has to be a two-way street. So is hiring. And if things are changed over that 1 year, 1 month of duration in the interim when he's about to join, right? And if the candidate gets a better offer, you will have to offer him something better to ensure that even if he joins for a forceful reason like this because he has paid money or something like that,
Yeah,
he is motivated enough to give his 100%. Imagine the state of an employee who is joining for the sake of it because
yeah,
he has a check being
yeah,
blocked there and not contributing anything to the cap table. What would you do with that kind of employee? Is he even worth it to be hired? That's the main thing I feel as an
yeah.
employer someone has to think about.
Dude, I remember something that all of our previous companies' founder, Setu's founder said. He said that you shouldn't join us for the money, but we can assure you that you won't leave because of money. And I think that should be like the principle that a lot of startups and companies, operate on, right? You sell the larger dream, but also ensure that people don't have to worry about how much hike they'll get, how much they learn, and whether they'll have money to invest and do a whole bunch of things that people want to do these days, right? Like, is this even enforceable? That you're asking somebody to pay a advance joining, like, or rather you're telling them to give a 1 month security.
I mean, frankly, I don't even see how this can be enforced.
We need to take some legal opinion here.
Yeah.
Moving on to fixing bugs is more important than your own marriage. Look at this. People romanticize startups, but it's a lot of work. This is my sister and co-founder at her own wedding. 10 minutes after ceremony, fixing a critical bug at Coil AI. Not a photo op. Parents yelled at both of us. When people ask why we won, I'll point to this.
Please replace this picture with Pawan's wedding from a couple of weeks ago.
Oh yes, viewers, Pavan got married a couple of weeks back. That's the reason why we've been MIA for the last few weeks or so.
This is what I've been doing for last few weeks.
Yeah.
Look, it's a little strange. I think it's fine if founders do that. But if this is the expectation that they have from employees, then it gets very toxic, right, Saksham?
It does.
The
I
only
agree.
question is how important is the most important work?
And also, don't you
Oof.
think that like for a founder to fix a critical bug right before the wedding, maybe they have not empowered their team enough to take the lead and solve a lot of these problems. Thank you.
But
Today's chapter is slavery.
I've heard this story before actually. The MobiKwik founders always say this story that both were working on the day of marriage. They had to fix
Yeah.
something. There was some downtime. It is not as glamorized as this because that happened probably in non-Twitter era.
Yeah.
But I've heard this exact story happen before without an image though.
Dude, same here. Like even Razorpay's one person in Razorpay's founding team, he had mentioned to me that while he was walking to the Mandapam, he got a call from one very large enterprise client, and he made sure that he closed the client before he started the ceremonies as well. So yeah, I mean it's hustle, but it's also borderline kind of.
I think sometimes the hustle is also fair. Like, when you have to prioritize, if it's a big enterprise client, a lot of times your entire business is hinged upon your top 10-15% of customers, right? Just by virtue of Pareto applying everywhere in life. And if that's something you have to prioritize, then yeah, I mean, I don't see anything wrong in that, frankly.
Yeah.
But happy that he got distribution. There are enough codes, repos.
Yeah, folks, founders, as long as it works for you and your mental is fine, please go ahead and do this. But I hope you guys don't expect the same from employees who are exponentially less rewarded, by in the success of the startups. Okay, moving on to another funny story that caught our eye. Bangalore-based startup founder Prashant has gone viral after promoting his protein snack movie mid-air on an Indigo flight.
Hi guys, good evening. My name is Prashant. I'm the founder of this brand, Doobie. We are a protein snacks brand based out of
I
Bangalore,
think this is
and we've
great.
been trying crazy ideas every single day
I like
to
the way he's subtle on pitching as well. It's not
Yeah, I think this is
something
great.
obnoxious. It's like crazy. It's like
It
subtle,
one, it takes a
nice.
lot of guts. It's not easy.
Look at this, Akshay. Reminds me of people pitching up their products in roadway buses. It used to be controversial even in buses. Not sure if DGCA rules allow such things on board. In my opinion, this is wrong in all aspects.
But I don't think it's wrong, frankly. Like
No,
I
no.
also feel
Imagine 10 other people doing that, everyone getting up their seat and announcing it
Yeah.
becomes a
no, I
chaos
also
in
feel like
Indigo.
if you look at this guy, right, he's a teacher. He's never really worked in a company, or he doesn't understand what it is to be a founder, to actually build something with passion and then
Whoa,
wanting people to
whoa,
actually use that
whoa,
product.
whoa. Calm down, bro. What are these shots you're firing at some random person who's commenting?
I mean, I think if he's commenting, he better be willing to also listen about other people's opinion on this, right?
No, I'm just thinking as myself being a passenger on a flight, and if 10 other people are pitching, I don't want a
Yeah.
Shark Tank episode around me. That's the
I
only
think
thing.
I think that's the point. If it's a one-off thing, it's fine, but this sets a precedent that people can go ahead and do that.
It doesn't, right? I feel because it's a lot, it's easier said than done, right? Like there are, I mean, you run into so many founders in flights. You don't see everybody standing up and pitching their product because it's a lot harder. Like social anxiety is a real thing as well, guys. Like it's not easy to just stand up and pitch in front of 350 people in a flight.
Bro, but shamelessness is also a thing, no?
Yeah, which is what you maybe need to become a successful founder. Okay, you be shameful, you don't do anything, be in your small a little, I don't know, like your world, like a
Yeah.
bubble, and okay, be
Yeah.
happy with that. Then don't complain about not making wealth long term.
Yeah. I don't think there is a right answer to this question. No, it works for some, it
Again, this
doesn't
is
for other.
the capitalist in me, obviously speaking out loud. But yeah.
Okay, moving on. Winzo Gaming founders arrested by ED for allegedly fudging game money laundering in which youth lost crores of rupees. Meanwhile, Winzo's brand ambassador MS Dhoni with Kohli and Rishabh Pant at his farmhouse.
Probably smoking a hookah there, bro.
Farm Easy fined. Online pharmacy fined rupees 2 lakh. 2 lakh for unfair trade practice. That's nothing for them, right? For automatically renewing. WazirX, listen.
Bro, but what is a 2 lakh penalty? That's literally like saying, oh, we'll fine you like what you make in like 10 minutes
Yeah, dude.
every day.
2 lakhs, nothing for them.
Like they'll be like, oh, only 2 lakhs. I'll keep finding people money, keep making 10, 20, 30 crores because the penalty is only 2 lakh rupees. And by the way, I also feel that's a real psyche why a lot of companies do this, because the penalties are actually not big or serious enough for
Yeah.
them to
Look
change
at
their
from
way
other
of
perspective as well,
taxation.
right? If I and Pete both break up a traffic violation, I can't have like a lower fine because I'm poor, and Pete cannot have like a higher fine just because he's rich. The fine should be same for breaking a particular law.
Pawan,
Not
you
really, right?
can't
It's not
compare.
apples to apples,
Yeah,
right?
you
Yeah.
can't compare, citizens of of a country to corporates, right?
Yeah, at the end they might represent themselves as a small pharma or a small medical store,
No,
or
but
like
the other
individual
thing
store
is,
can be
right.
offering.
Unlike your citizen rights, when it comes to organizations, it's actually a lot more about their balance sheets, the impact, which means the number of customers or consumers that they've actually served, and the fines that they incur also have to be sort of reciprocated with the scale that they actually have made an impact at, right? Like,
Yeah.
so I don't think you should compare it with the whole traffic police sort of example that you gave.
Fair, fair. No, I agree. Like fines should be such that the person who is paying the fine should feel feared about the amount for not
Yeah,
doing
or
that
I think
mistake
it's
again.
all about, it has to hurt when you pay that amount, because only then you can even think about doing in not repeating that. Otherwise, you'll be like, okay, fine. Like for example, if you kept breaking traffic signals, Pawan, and every time you were only fined 50 rupees, you would be
Yeah.
like, okay, bro, like big deal.
True, but ये इंडिया है, यहाँ पर ऐसे ही होता है.
On that note, guys, we're at the end of today's episode. If you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel below. See you all next week.
Bye bye.